Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to Tuesday night. So we have some lower body strengthening to do tonight. Welcome to one little piece of the new game room. We're having to shift around because we had some furniture getting built last night. So you guys aren't allowed to see what's behind the camera, basically. Tonight we're doing we're going back to technique, so you don't need very heavy weight tonight. I'm only going to be using one 10-pound plate because I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook thing, but I did a massive workout by hauling a table up the stairs, and I'm still feeling it in my lower body. So if you have been working out, I would say go with your normal weights. If you've taken a week or two off for the holidays, then I'm only going to be using, like I said, a 10-pound weight. So maybe something that just feels like a medium weight to use, something to add a little bit of extra resistance to turn on the core, activate the upper body. But we're really going to be focusing on getting back to the basics of technique on the lower body tonight. So let me grab mine and have that handy, and then we will go ahead and get started. All right, so let's start down on the floor. On your backs, feet hip distance apart. What I want to do first is just warm up those glutes because we want those to be firing pretty much anytime we're doing something. Start the timer too, that would help. All right, feet are hip distance apart, about as close to your bottom as your fingertips touching your heels. So about that far. If you can't quite get that far because it bothers the knees or something like that, no worries. Just get them scooched up as close as you can. Drive your shoulder blades into the ground. Drive your feet into the ground. And now bridge up. Little pause at the top. Lower with control, letting the hips and the ribs lower at the same time. Everything lifts at the same time. Everything lowers at the same time. Driving your feet straight down into the floor, opening the hips at the top, lowering with control, feeling that hinge at the hips. Now your abs are slightly braced, just counteracting against the push of the glutes so that lower back doesn't round. Nice and slow here. We're going to do 4 more. That's 3. Keep that belly button pulled in. 2. Last one. Hold at the top. Roll your shoulder blades back. And if you can, clasp your hands underneath and then kind of climb up onto your upper arms and see if you can push your arms straight. Drive your feet down into the ground. Squeeze those glutes. Open the chest. Good. Unlock your hands. Lower yourself down. And now let's reverse that. Let's get a nice stretch across those glutes. We warmed them up. They're definitely hot. And then let's just do a little stretch. Now, roll over onto your side. Make a little pillow. Grab a foot. Draw that heel towards the bottom, but not so much that it bothers the knee. Just get a little stretch through that hip flexor, through the quad. And then while we're here, straighten that top leg out. Get away from that table. And let's do a little activation of those hip muscles here. So knee and toe are pointed forward. You're driving through your heel as though you're trying to touch your heel to the opposite wall there. Hips are long. Abs are in tight. 2 more. Hold this one up. Push through your heel. Brace your abs and hold. Good. From here, draw the knee in towards the chest. Push the heel away. So now you should feel when you pull that knee in, you should feel some core activation and some hip activation on the other side to keep your balance. You can use your fingertips lightly in front of you. Keep that other hip on the ground. Don't let it roll off. Ooh, that feels good, stretching through that hip. Three, two, and one. Good. Two legs, two sides. Come up, roll over. And let's start on the other side. So make a pillow with your arm. Yes, all good. Heel up in the back. Lightly, you can clasp the shoe if the ankle feels a little too close. And you're gonna, as you're drawing that heel towards your bottom, push your hip forward. So you're getting a nice stretch through this hip flexor and down into that quad. That feels awesome. All right, from here, kick that leg out straight, knee and toe pointed straight ahead. Hips are stacked right on top of each other. If you want to put your hand on top of your hip bone so you can kind of feel if that pelvis rolls. Now we're going up and down here. Nice and slow, using the hip, the side, the upper back part of the glute there. Five to go. 5, 4. We're still in the warm-up. I know. Hold this one up, and now we have that knee pull. So knee pull towards the chest without moving your other hip. Push the foot away. So as that hip comes forward, that knee doesn't move out of the line of the hip. It stays right in line. So we're not turning the knee up, we're not dropping it down, just drawing it towards the chest and armpit. How about that core activation? All right, a little balance work. Who knew you could balance like this? Almost there. 3 to go. 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, roll over on your stomach. Put your elbows about under the shoulders or maybe a little bit behind, kind of on the sides of your ribs there. Hands flat on the floor, lift the chest, roll the shoulder blades back, and now grab the floor as though you're going to try to scoot yourself forward. Kind of press down into the floor and surge your heart forward as you squeeze your legs straight and press your hips down into the ground. You should feel some lengthening going on. If this is uncomfortable to the back, just get a little closer to the floor. You don't want to feel an arching or pinching in the lower back. Squeeze the legs straight. Relax down. Pin your forehead to your hands. Bend both knees. Flex the feet. Turn the toes out. And now we're just going to push the legs straight and curl them back in. So your heels are pressing together. Woo! Activate those inner thighs. Activate those glutes. Activate those hamstrings. You want to be able to keep your hips on the ground the whole time. A little bit of Pilates type stuff here today. Warm us up. Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the big work yet with the weight. Man, waking up those hamstrings. 3 to go. Good. Press the heels together and then squeeze those legs as straight as you can. Hold, 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 and relax. Hands on the ground, push yourself up and back and stretch. Now again, just because I don't know where we're all coming from in terms of how much exercise we've been doing, bring your toes together, take your knees out as far as you feel comfortable with, drop down to your elbows, and then let your knees just slide out and maybe press the hips back. Good, you can keep pushing back against those elbows, or it might feel good to push forward. Keep your back long. So kind of a little froggy stretch here for the front of those hips. Back and forth if you'd like. Good, last one. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Weight your hands so you can bring your knees under your hips. And we're gonna do a little cat-cow before we get up. So arch the back and then lengthen the back. Bring it up and in and go forward. Good, hold here. Take one leg, step it forward. So you're in kind of a 90 degree stance here. Tuck your back toe under, hands lightly on your thigh. So I want you to feel weight. You feel your back toes pressing into the ground. Feel your front foot pressing into the ground. Push yourself up. Don't create any tension in that back knee or in the lower back. Come to a place that's comfortable for you, that you can maintain, hands on your hips. Now I want you to lower like you're going to put your knee back down on the ground, but don't do it. And then come back up, pushing with both legs. Down, up, down, and up, down, and up. Now we're not pushing that back heel towards the ground. We're driving the ball of the foot into the ground, and we're driving the front foot into the ground. Whoop, whoop, I look sideways. 3 more. 3, 2. There's 1. Now you're going to drop back down to your bottom position. Ball of the back foot pressing down into the ground, especially the middle foot and the foot and the heel on the front leg. From here, tiny pulses down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step in, shake it out. I know, we're working our way up to the big step. All right, big step back with the other leg. Drop down to your 90 degrees. That means you have 90 degrees in the back knee and 90 degrees in the front knee, and your hips are square facing forward. Tuck that back toe under, push into the ball of the back foot, midfoot on the front leg. Hands lightly here. Turn your abs on, push yourself up. Now you may not get all the way up before your knee starts feeling like, I don't like that so much. So only go to where you feel comfortable with. Now, abs tight, hands on your hips, lower like you're gonna put that knee back down, and then push to come up. So ball of the back foot, midfoot and heel on the front leg. Nice and slow here. Remember I told you today's about technique. So hips stay square. Your range is your range. So you work within the range that your body is comfortable with, the depth that you are comfortable with. 4 to go. 4. Keep that back heel lifted. 3, 2. Last one. Now lower down to whatever your bottom point is. Tiny pulses down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep bending that back knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, stand up, step in. Woo! Everything's awake. All right, if you're gonna use it, grab your weight. My legs are already shaking. All right, right here. You're gonna bring your weight really close to you. So if you've got a dumbbell, you can hold it on the ends and keep it close to your chest. If you've got a plate, you can pop it up like so. If you've got a medicine ball, you can hold it like this, or you can hold a dumbbell like a goblet squat like this. If for some reason your shoulders are super tired or your arms are tired, you're always welcome to go to that backpack trick where we put our weight inside the backpack, just strap it on our back. All right, take your feet outside of your hips, rock into your heels, lifting your toes till you find your natural turnout. Tuck your elbows in, shoulders back and down. Now we have a staggered squat here. So I'm gonna turn a little bit the diagonal so you can see it. You're gonna drop halfway down, all the way down, halfway up, all the way up. That's it, all right? Shoulders back, let's go. Half, all the way, half, up. You never relax. Half, full, half, and up. Now, how do you know where your range is? If you start to feel a tug on your lower back, or you feel your bottom wanting to tuck under, or your belly button popping forward, you're going past your range at the bottom, right? We want to stay in the range that we can work within. So if you don't have either the mobility through the hips, the lower back, or the knees to get as low as you want to go, you could try a couple of things. Just stay within the range that you're comfortable with. And on each rep, you should be getting a little warmer and maybe dropping a little lower. Or maybe get rid of the weight if you're using it and see if you can get a little more range that way. Nice and slow. Stop and stop. Half, full, half, up. One more. Half, full, half, up. Good. Now keep your weight. We're going to drop 3/4 and push. 3/4, push. Now this is not a shoulder workout. This is really legs and core. So think about that. Brace your abs, move the power from your legs up through your abs, and drive that weight up. Like there's an explosion happening in your lower body that travels up your body and out through your arms. Push. Push, abs tight. Push. 5 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let go of it. Whew. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling all kinds of stuff happening everywhere. All right. Now, back to a little bit of single leg work. So, lean on your left leg. Tip your body just a bit forward, only to the point that you don't feel it in your low back. You just feel a little bit of tension and stretch back here. Tap your right toe back. Now push into your left leg and pull your right knee up. So reach back with the right toe, pull the right knee up. Reach and pull. Now if you want to add more, let's try, reaching that right hand towards the floor and lifting up. Keep those hips square. And maybe letting that back toe float off the ground. We've got 5 to go. Maybe. Balance today. So if the balance is not happening, try just tapping that back toe back. Even if you're reaching, it still works. 2, last one. Whew, calf and hamstring on fire, right? All right, right leg loaded, tip over just till you feel the work kick in and the stretch back here. Reach back with that left toe. Start with the basic, lifting, reaching. We don't want to feel any strain on the lower back. So if you're ready for a little more, try to start bending that right leg. And then maybe start trying the reach. The reach is harder. And then, of course, you can try floating that back toe, but it is definitely more challenging. 5 to go. 5. This is definitely my stronger side. 4. You don't want to let that left hip roll out to the side. So just reach that toe straight back. 3. 2. And 1. Good, shake it out. All right, grab your weight again. We're gonna put those 2 moves together. So shoulders back and down, feet outside the hips, rock so your toes just kind of find their natural turnout. Drop the shoulder blades down, drop the elbows in. We're gonna go down, down, lift. Set it down. Stagger, stagger, lift. Set it down. Stagger, stagger right leg up, and set it down. Stagger, stagger, lift. Set it down. Stagger, stagger, and lift. Set it down. Stagger, stagger, lift. Set it down. Can you guess what we're going to add on? Push. Bring it down. Stagger, stagger. Ooh. Press. Bring it down. Stagger, stagger, lift. Bring it down. Stagger, stagger, up. Bring it down. Now you're still getting the power from the low body to push that weight over your head. It mainly comes from your core and your hips. So you're gathering strength from the lower body and driving it up through your midsection and through the shoulders and arms. 1 more each side. Up and down. Last one. Down, down, up, and relax. Put your weight down for a second if you've got it. Shake the arms out. Take some big breaths. Grab your weight again. All right. So now we're going to add on a little bit with that lunge or static split squat that we did before. So take your left leg, put it back, lift the ball of the heel up, right? So we're going to stagger it now. We're going to go down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. You never rock that heel back. You never take your weight off the front leg. Yeah, hips are driving straight down. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. 3 to go. Down, down, up, up. Last 2. So same move that we did in the beginning. Step in. We're just adding on the plate and adding on the stagger like we did with the squat. Ready to do the other side? Right toe back, heel up. So you feel the ball of the foot pressing into the ground. Your left toes are facing forward. Your weight's up, elbows in, shoulders down. Let's go. Down, down, up, up. Pull the belly button in. Your chest is not tipping forward. Your hips are going straight down, only to the level that you feel comfortable with. So you feel that back knee bending. The front of the back knee. So that spot below your kneecap is driving towards the floor. That's not a predetermination of how close it gets to the floor, but that's the part that's going towards the floor. Down, down, up, up. Are you pushing through the ball of your foot and through the bottom, the whole bottom of that front leg, that front foot? Down, down, up, up. 2 to go. Down, down, up, up. Last one. Down, down, up, and step in. Woo! All right. This has to get fun, right? So now your left leg goes back again. You've got your weight up. Actually, for this one, get your weight as close to you as you can, or get rid of it altogether. So we're gonna reach back with that toe, and we're gonna pull up. Reach back. You can float it if you want to. That's up to you. And pull up. Reach, squeeze your butt. Pull up with your abs and hip. Squeeze your butt to stretch it back. Ugh. Abs and hip to come up. You can bend that right leg if you want to. Up. 4 to go. Try to keep those hips square. Move slow. 3 to go. Stretch back. Touch the toe down if you need to. Last 2. It doesn't have to go high. Just squeeze that leg straight out behind you. Last 1. Pull up. Take a break. Shake it out. Woo. Sweating. It's warm up here. All right, ready? Now, if you use the weight on the other side, you got to do it on this side too. Grab it, keep it close. Tip over, stretch back. Here we go. Up. Squeeze your butt to stretch that leg out behind you. We want to feel the butt working back there, not the lower back. So you only tip over enough that you feel the work in the glute, the top of the hamstring, but it doesn't go over the glute into the lower back. Yes, your core is working hard to stabilize that pelvis. Push and pull. Good. Push. Pull. I thought this was my weak side. That's doing better this time. Oh, I spoke too soon. 3 to go. Keep those hips level. Remember, you can tap. Last 2. Whew. Last 1. Oh, goodness gracious. Shake it out. All right, bring your weight back up. We're gonna add on even more. Feet outside the hips. Rock into the toes. In case you haven't caught on, today's workout is squats, basically lunges, and single leg deadlifts. All 3 big muscle groups back there, or down there, I should say. Elbows in, shoulders back, chest up. We're gonna stagger down, and then we're gonna pulse, pulse, press. So half, full, now pulse, pulse, add on if you want. Half, full, pulse, pulse, up, bring it down, half, full, pulse, pulse, explode, half, full, pulse, pulse, press. So we're getting comfortable with each part of the squat, down, down, up, or maybe not so comfortable, right? Half, full, pulse, pulse, push, half, full, pulse, pulse, really control those abs, half, full, pulse, pulse, push. We've got 3 to go, half, full, keep those shoulder blades down, pulse, pulse, push. If your back is starting to give out or your chest is starting to drop forward, get rid of the weight, pulse, pulse, push. Last one, half, full, pulse, pulse, push. Now all down ups, down, up, 9, abs tight, 8, elbows going towards the knees, 7, 6, keep that belly button pulled in, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, get rid of your weight. Shake out the arms, roll the shoulders, give that back a release. All right, come on down to the floor. Grab your weight, and we're kind of going back to the beginning. We're not starting all the way over, don't worry. You don't have to do all of it again. I say we're going back to the beginning because we're going back to those bridges. So your heels are relatively close to you. Your fingertips should be able to just barely touch. Now, if you want, you can put your weight across your hips. Don't really put it across your stomach because you'll be tempted to lift up with your low back. We want to be pushing up through the hips. So if you've got a weight that is trying to roll towards you, just lightly press your hands on the edge of it so that, not that your arms are holding the weight up, you're just keeping it and rolling it towards you, towards your face and chest. Roll your shoulder blades back, push your shoulder blades into the ground. Push your feet into the ground and bridge up, so hips and ribs lift at the same time. Now hold here and pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, it's little, 3, 2, hold at the top if you can. If not, come down and take a quick break. Drive your shoulder blades into the floor, your feet into the floor. Now drop your left butt cheek towards the floor and push it back up. Right butt cheek, push back up. Hinge at the left hip, press up. Keep those abs tight. Right hip, press up. Left, press. Right. Now you're not actually probably going to touch the ground. That's okay. You're just hinging on one side, trying to keep that other side up. Down, up. Down, up. For 6, up. 5, up. Keep those abs tight. 4, lift. 3, lift. 2, lift. Last one, lift and hold. Stretch out your body. Drive your shoulders, drive your feet. Keep holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower with control. Abs and hips coming at the same time, or abs and ribs, I should say. Whew, let go of your weight. Roll over onto your side. I think I might have just run out of batteries, literally and figuratively. All right, make a pillow with your arm again. Your hips are stacked right on top of each other. Extend your top leg out
Now feel your ribs and your hips stacked on top of each other here. And then feel your pelvis stacked. So one hip is right on top of the other. Push through your heel, squeeze your quad so your leg is straight. And we're gonna lift using these upper glute muscles right here. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, relax your neck, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold at the top. Instead of coming straight to your chest, I want you to dip it down like you're trying to touch the opposite side of your ribs and then press out through your heel. Good, dip down and press away. Use your abs to control the leg and to keep the pelvis still. Drop down, press away. You might have to move pretty slow to have control while you're dipping that knee down. And believe it or not, that internal rotation is also coming from the glute. So we tend to work external rotation a lot. Those internal rotators need work too. Push. Down. Push away. 2 more. Down. Push away. Last one. Down. Push away. Take a break. Whew. Should be on fire back there. All right, over to the other side. Whew. If you want to kind of hang out right there and kind of roll it, use the floor for a little leverage there. A little release of the fascia. All right, so ribs and hips stacked, hip on top of the other hip. So your pelvis is stacked, head resting on the arm. Squeeze that leg straight. Feel your spine nice and long, abs tight. Here we go. Lift. Your knee and toe are pointed forward, and you're lifting with those upper glutes. Nice and slow. Pause at the top. If you're feeling the front of the hip, make sure you're fully extending out through that heel. Pull your abs in tight and get that leg straight out from the hip rather than slightly in front. 3 to go. 3, 2. All right, here's the hard part. Hold it up there. Now draw it down and across and push out and away. Woo. Down and across. So hips aren't rotating during this. Your thigh is moving, but your hips really aren't. I know. Push through the heel. Woo. Push through. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, fully extend that leg. And last one. Push it. Oh, release. Whew. Roll on your back for just a second. Bring knees towards your chest. Hold it there for just a minute. You can rock if you like, side to side. All right. Roll over on your stomach. You'll remember this from the beginning. Stack your hands, press your forehead down, bring your heels together, turn your toes out just a little bit. Now, pull your abs up into your body. You feel your hips kind of pressing down towards the floor. So you're gonna pull the feet towards your bottom, and then you're gonna push the feet away, trying to straighten the legs as much as you can. You're gonna really feel your bottom squeeze together tight. Pull in, press away, and then try to press your legs as straight as you can without bothering the knees. So if this does bother your knees, just get a good press of together of the heels, but don't worry so much about straightening. Keep that belly button pulled up and in. Go slow, slow and steady. Four to go. Use your thigh muscles to squeeze those legs as straight as you can. Ooh, one more. Push those legs as straight as you can and hold. Pull the belly button up and up, up and in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Shake it out. Woo. All right, hands by your ribs. Push up and back. Just press your hips straight back towards your heels as much as you're comfortable with there. Good. Bring the hips a little bit forward. Bring the hands back. Lift the chest up. Step your right leg forward. Both knees pointed forward. Hips square. So press a little bit forward, using your glutes to stretch across that left hip flexor. Now with your hands on your waist or on your hips and not moving that back toe like I just did or wanted to, press your hips straight back. So especially your right hip, as though you're trying to straighten your right knee and lengthen that hamstring. You probably won't get to a straight leg unless you just have really super flexible hamstrings. Good, chest up. Bring that right leg back, step the left leg forward. I'll turn towards you. Okay, hips square, drop that left hip down. Your right toe is right behind your right knee. Squeeze the cheeks a little bit, press both hips forward. You should feel this stretch across your right hip flexor. If you're very tight, you might also feel it down in your right quad. If you want a little more, you can tuck the hip under just a little bit. Just don't let those abs go so that you're pressing on that lower back. Now, left hip presses straight back. I know, me too. Oh, this one's better. I don't know how, but it is. Whew, all right. Bring that left hand back, or left knee back, both hands down on the ground. We're gonna lift up into that cat stretch, roll out into that cow, and then press the hips back to whatever you're comfortable with. So your back is long right here. We're not floppy, we're not rounding that upper back. We've got strong abs. Come back to the center, let's try that again. Arch up, roll out, press back. One more time. Come forward, arch up, roll out long, press back. Good. Come back to the center. Kick your left foot straight out to the side. That might be plenty for you. You might feel a really nice deep inner thigh stretch on that left leg, and that is okay. You can stay right there. If you need a little more, just press the hips back with that long back, just like we just did. Only to your level of comfort. Go slow, take your time. Come back to the center. Now lift that left foot up
take the left knee, cross it over your right calf, and then just press the hips back again. Good, come back to the center. Right leg kicks straight out to the side. Long leg here. Feel that nice inner thigh stretch on the right leg. A little bit of strength in the belly just to keep it lifted and protect that lower back. Rock back if it feels good to you. Come back to center. Lift up the right foot, cross the right knee over the left calf, and then sit back. All right, come back to center. Have a seat back. Take a big breath. And let it go. Another one done. Hopefully that gave you guys a good lower body heat up. Let me know how it goes, and I will see you guys tomorrow for some cardio. Have a good one.